every of the Giants are in the playoffs, I swear they play the Cardinals or the Braves.
Oh, every year. I think
every year.
You could just mark.
We go back to like Kenny Lofton with the Cardinals, you know.
Yeah, and then Kenny Lofton with the Braves.
Kenny Lofton with the Giants.
Who didn't Kenny Lofton play for? He played for the White Sox too, I think.
It wasn't the Yankees.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Yes, once again, or for the very first time.
And we should start out this episode by saying, fuck the Dodgers.
Fuck the Dodgers.
FTD.
FTD.
As it's being slung around.
It's trending.
It's trending in our group chat. FTD. Trending. Fuck the Dodgers. As at the time of recording, the game is in the throes.
Cardinals, the wild card game.
The wild card game. So I think
1-1.
1-1. I forgot how exciting playoff baseball is.
You know what? It's too much fun right now. Too much fun. It's like I just get too excited of it. You know, I'm on every pitch. You know, you're living it.
You're looking up matchups, all sorts of stuff. Now, I don't know how it works at your house, but at our house with a 2.5-year-old who's starting to get his own opinions and a nearly 6-year-old, my wife and I don't get so much opportunity to really dictate what's on the TV during, when the kids are awake.
I was there once.
Already laid down. Oh yeah, you've been through this.
Paw Patrol, all that used to command the TV.
I have seen the Paw Patrol movie. I put it on the Plex.
Oh yeah.
I mean, 25 times already. I could tell you the lines and the jokes and everything coming up.
Yeah, I remember that. It was on repeat. Like fuck.
Oh, fuck. But
now, like today, everyone was like in their own room. Jeffrey was like, I'm going to go to my room and I forget. Oh, his kids, because he likes to play on his little tablet thing.
Okay, yeah.
And he said, my computer's dying, so I'm going to go charge it in my room and play on it. Perfect. Hit the bricks. Hit the bricks. I'm turning on the fucking Dodgers game.
Yes. I put out is it APB? Is that the all... something bulletin. Is that the right acronym?
I don't know. I've never heard that.
Let me see. Putting out
all-purpose bulletin?
All-purpose bulletin?
I don't know.
Is that what it all points bulletin?
All points. Huh? I've never heard of it.
Okay, it's predominantly used by law enforcement.
Law
enforcement. This acronym is used when police release a dispatch to surrounding areas to be on high alert for a wanted or missing person or stolen item.
Hey, Cern learned something today.
I think everyone did. The Cerny Sleds and Chipmunks.
Until next time.
And TLDR, you learned something new today. We're off early. We're out early today.
Close it out.
So I put out, maybe I didn't put out an all points bulletin, but I did put a statement out, a co-press release with the wife to the children. Listen, kids, from now until potentially early November, playoff baseball's here. So sometimes at night, we're going to be watching the game, and there will be no uprising or no attempted coup or insurrection on our house. It's going to happen.
So I made the same declaration. This was the beginning of the week. It was like Sunday. I said, look out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm commanding the TV. Usually, I give up the TV. So I can cash in.
Yes.
On times like this. So I usually just kind of just like, you can watch whatever, or, whatnot. But now I'm commanding the remote.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to see it, you don't want to watch what I'm watching, Go to another room.
You have to be
do
sitting
whatever
on
you
this
want.
couch.
I don't care, but I'm laying claim. I'm laying claim today.
Was there any balking? Was there any balking at this?
A lot of eye rolling.
Oh.
That was about it, which was fine.
Yeah, that's
Roll
fine.
your eyes all you want. I'm
Nonverbal cues. Like
nonverbal, passive aggressive, which is fine.
Well, I recently got a new iPad for myself, and I'm sitting there. My wife and I are having dinner, and Paw Patrol's on the TV. But you know that if the kids are, even if they're playing in another room, as soon as you change the TV off, they like poke their head and like, whoa, Paw Patrol was on. I'm like, yeah, but So
I get that a lot.
And I'm sitting there, I'm watching it on my phone, but I was also trying to text, and I kind of had my phone propped up, and I was like, I have this new fucking iPad that I got. Let me go set it up. Nice. Got it all set up there. Nice. My wife and I are watching. I was able to hashtag FTD, fuck the Dodgers, in the group chat.
That's right. FTD.
Then go on my other chats with my brother, who's a Cardinals fan.
Oh, that's right. How's he feeling right now?
I think he's probably. I haven't heard from him, so he must be nervous. It's still 1-1.
He's got to be still 1-1.
And then my
bottom of the 6, 2 outs, and runner on first and second.
Okay, there we go. And I have. I can't believe I'm even bringing this to the show, but I do have one friend. Obviously, he's a little misguided, but he is a Dodgers fan.
What kind of friend is he?
I know. I asked myself that question.
How good of a friend is he?
So I'm getting squawking.
Left off the Christmas list.
He's
got to get the Christmas cards. Okay.
No, I always do. I do give him space because the Dodgers have had a rough go of it the last. I mean, they won on the Astros season, so that's all.
Yeah,
that reign's over.
Over,
as I see it. The baseball giants, in every way that they can, make the season as interesting as possible.
You know what? Every season, I swear to God, it's like torture. This year is resilient. They always have something where it's like,
but they're always like words of overcoming things.
Yeah, can you just blow somebody out?
Right.
Fuck.
Could we fucking have rolled the Padres or whatever? But I was telling my friend, another fellow baseball fan, I'm like, this is why baseball, I think, is the greatest sport ever, is because there's 162 games, and it takes every last one of them to figure out what is the best team in the division. That seems crazy to me, right?
Yeah, and baseball, which I love, is anybody, it doesn't matter how shitty the fucking team. Or how good the team is. Anybody can win at any day. Like, they could be the worst fucking team in baseball, but the pitcher he's feeling it. And you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah. And
that's baseball.
And the thing of I'll try to tie this to the NBA. Okay. Like Kobe and, Michael Jordan and LeBron have all had, 60 plus point games, right? Like huge games where they're scoring, but the people that have and are scoring 60 points are people that are the cream of the crop, the tip of the top, right? The thing with baseball,
rhyme time.
Yeah,
Chipperson rhyme time.
In baseball, you could have some fucking rando pitcher that you never fucking heard of throw a perfect game, and in 2 years he's like out of the league because he fucking sucks and they cut his ass.
Who was that fat fuck that did it?
David Wells.
Yeah, drunk fuck that went up there. Dealt a perfect game.
And in the 70s, this pitcher on the Pirates was on LSD. He was tripping his fucking
Astros,
balls.
I think it was. He just died. J.R. Richards.
Okay, yeah, he was tripping balls on acid or mushrooms or LSD or something.
He died this year, I think.
Oh, rip. And he threw
I think it was
a no or something. But
he was supposed to be like. Let me look him up real quick because I think he was like supposed to be like he was supposed to be great, but he has like some kind of weird thing. Oh, he died this year, August 4th.
What drug was he on when he threw that? Was it a no or a perfect game?
I think it was a perfect game. I think he was on acid.
Sweet.
Could
you imagine how fucking crazy that must have been? The catcher's
I always kind of wonder, I wonder what he was seeing.
The catcher's mitt probably looked like he was looking through a kaleidoscope or something.
Oh, he probably had like extreme focus.
It must have been. It probably just felt like some surreal out of body experience that he's like, it felt like my hand. Every pitch, I was just reaching it out and it was stretching like Stretch Armstrong, and I would just place it in the catcher's mitt. That's probably what it was like.
Oh,
Who knows?
COVID. He died of COVID.
Oh, shit. Rip.
Rip.
But you get my point, Cerny. I mean, baseball, anyone there can be great at any point and do something spectacular. I feel like that doesn't happen in other sports.
Not as often.
Not at all.
It's like, you can have like a great play or performance or whatever, but it's not like, they're going to win the game. Like in baseball where it's like, this guy could just be on it and win the game.
Yes.
Kind of. But also, it's like baseball is interesting because it's really team sport, but it's also individual. And you remember when you used to make an error and you're standing out there all by yourself and you feel like
and you feel a million eyes on
shit.
you. Yeah. A million eyes on you.
Yeah. I mean, of course, in football, you drop a pass. Oh, fuck. Better luck next time.
Yeah.
You make an error, and everyone's like, oh, come on, you should have had that. What the fuck? That was right in your glove. The other team's chastising you. It's like, oh, they brought out the gold gloves with them, the skillet, all that shit.
Oh, the skillet. Yeah. That was a good one. Man, we had so many good heckles. But baseball's a great game. The Giants are in it. They're going to face the winner of this game here, the Dodgers versus the Cardinals. Pause for a score check-in.
1-1, top 7.
Okay, 1-1, top 7. Very good, Cerny. We have 2 innings to wrap this pod up. So
get it on.
Let's get it on. Get it on. So baseball, so amazing. Did you see I just sent it to you on Instagram. So the Yankees were beat by the Boston Red Sox. And that was a nice little blowout for Red Sox fans. I feel like after the 6th or 7th inning, they can kind of let out a little bit of sigh, let the bullpen take their nice cushion. The stat was since the Yankees last won the World Series in 2009, they have spent $2.4 billion on payroll for all their players and have not won a World Series since 2009.
I'm surprised today. I thought I was like, we're going to see Aaron Boone. He's got to be canned by the morning. Maybe give him the ride black, get him in, clean your shit out.
Clean your shit out. Well, it's like the Padres didn't even wait until the season was over. They just fired his ass.
Oh,
like 2 games before the.
I know. I was like, wow. Although it made me nervous when they did that. I was like, fuck, the Giants got to win one of these 2 games, and they're going to. The Padres are going to rise for the Gipper. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you don't want to. Let's get one for old Jim. Yeah. Everyone gets in on it. Now in tonight's game, we're seeing that Joe West, the country western singer and umpire and main spokesperson for the School of the Blind, he is behind the dish in what's probably his final playoff game potentially. I hope so. Now we got a real problem with the I'll just say I feel like the umpiring this year has been some of the worst on the balls and strikes that I've seen in a while. Yeah. Like I don't know if they need to watch more tape or do longer spring training or something. I don't know.
I think there needs to be more accountability as far as, hey, if you don't hit a 95%.
Yes.
Then you get fined or something like that.
Or you get sent back to the minors or something. Like you got to get let's get
just like
fresh.
The pros. Hey, you ain't hitting the cut. You're not hitting above the Mendoza line. To the minors, buddy.
And I'm not asking for perfection. And I know everyone's human, and that's part of the sport that I think a lot of people enjoy is that there is a little bit of this element that's like up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the robo umps and stuff like that. It's like they're doing a test. You saw some of those.
Some of the calls.
Like, oh boy.
It's like, whoa. Must have got a couple of the radar signals confused on that one, robo.
Yeah. So I don't like that. I don't like that. I mean, umpires have been a part of the game for like 200 years, whatever it is. I just think that, when a player gets fined, it's broadcast above.
Oh,
everybody knows. I think they need to say, hey, Joe West gets fined for sucking.
It needs to be out there. Also, there's this problem with like Angel Hernandez or Joe West or some of these old school umpires that really carry a grudge throughout the game and have, certain teams or whatever. With all the fucking AWS stat casting they're doing, they're not crunching those numbers on the umpires and saying, hey, listen, you've been fucking with the Giants this whole season. You got to knock it off. Yeah, or what's going on with that shit, No one to figure that out?
Like I said in our group message, I shouldn't really know the name of the umpire. Growing up, I never knew the name of the umpire.
Yes.
I shouldn't know. It's like you're just there to call the game. People aren't there to see you. They want to see the teams.
Did you, when you would go to the park with your old man, would you go like, oh, where's the umpire jerseys? Yeah. I need number 72 for Joe West.
Who's the jerseys off of Joe West?
Yeah. I want a game used shin guard from Joe West when he did the dish. Right. You should blend in. You should just be
just call the game.
Just call it.
And that's it.
Call it good. I mean, there was one Padres Giants game during the last part of the season. The Giants ended up winning, but the calls was +2 runs favorable for the Padres. 2 runs.
Oh, that last game. Yeah, that was pretty suspect.
Yeah. So,
as the kids like to say, sus. That was sus.
Sus? Yeah, I can see that. That's definitely sus. So, Cerny, what is your? Should we? Let's go. At the time recording, we don't have. Well, let's get our crystal ball out, Cerny.
So let's
get the crystal
right
ball.
Now. It's top of 7, still 1-1, 2 outs, 2-0 count to O'Neill. So this is Cern's crystal ball.
Okay.
It's gonna go down to. I'm gonna say.
I'd love to see extras.
The 8th.
Oh.
And I'm calling.
Oh, LA's
Arenado puts it in the seats to give them the lead, and then they close it out.
Oh, okay.
Well, fuck me. Never mind. It's not going to the 8th because O'Neill just walked and Arenado's coming up.
Maybe they're gonna
crystal ball shattered.
Exploded in real time.
Okay, so
I tell you what would be a heartbreak is a walk-off Pujols home run against the Cardinals.
My God.
That would be brutal.
Okay, that would be brutal for us too because we would listen, we would hear that.
Oh, fuck.
They would be all over it in perpetuity.
No, it would
be like the storybook ending. I think he's heard that, but
okay. So who's winning the game tonight, Cerny? We got LA versus the Cardinals.
I consciously can't say it because my heart just wants to go with St. Louis right now. I mean, I'm
gonna go with St. Louis as well. So that brings us. We'll stick with the NL, then we'll work our way through the AL. So Giants versus Cardinals. I think the Giants are playing good baseball right now. Now this is an interesting.
The Brew Crew, I think, is going to take it to the Braves because the Brew Crew, their pitching is.
Their one pitcher is probably going to bring in the Cy Young this year.
Burns or something. It's Burns or Wolford.
He's got like 2-point-something ERA, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Stingy.
Oh, they said Benji. I was like, Benji Molina?
Okay, so I'm going to say I think the Braves have been playing hot. And I'm going to go Braves versus Giants in the NLCS, but Cern has Giants Brew Crew.
I was just talking to my dad yesterday. I said, every of the Giants are in the playoffs. I swear they play the Cardinals or the Braves.
Oh, every year. I think
every year.
You could just mark.
We go back to like Kenny Lofton with the Cardinals,
Yeah. And then Kenny Lofton with the Braves.
Kenny Lofton with the Giants.
Who didn't Kenny Lofton play for? He played for the White Sox too, I think.
Wasn't the Yankees.
No. All right. So we're going, who are we picking? Giants versus Braves. I got to go Giants on this one. I think
go Giants too.
The Braves, the only thing, they don't have Acuna Jr. because he blew his knee up.
I thought the season was done when I saw
I did too.
They're done. Your best player is gone.
Oh, but they have. I mean, they're rallying. I would love to see a Braves World Series. I mean, that would be great. But I think the Giants are a better team this year. So let's hop it over to the AL. We saw the Boston Red Sox teabag the Yankees last night.
Now they got to play the Rays.
And then we
I'm
have
going with the Rays.
I'm going with the Rays as well.
I mean, they won 100 games. They're legit.
Yes, and
You know,
I
it's
love
funny
the
because I
story
thought-
there too.
Like that. Did you send it to me or did I send it to you? Where it was like somebody sent out some tweet when the Rays got rid of Schnell. It was like the Padres are winning or building the World Series contender, and the Rays are just ringing or whatever the fuck. This is like this age. Like
I think you sent me that one,
which is true because it's like fuck. So I thought when they were having a fire sale, I was calling them like the Marlins. Remember when the Marlins used to do that shit? I was like, they're going fucking Marlins, everybody. But I was wrong. Cern was wrong.
Well, that happens sometimes. It's okay. Still love you.
So I'm gonna say the Rays. And then the others are going to be the White Sox and the Astros. I'm going to go with the Astros. I think the White Sox, you know what? I like Tim Anderson. The White Sox are kind of cool, but I
Tony La
fucking
Russa,
hate Tony La Russa. He sucks.
I'm rooting against the White Sox for that reason.
Just for that reason. I hate the Astros too, but I
don't like
Tony La Russa. I hate more.
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit. Recently, this year especially.
He was over there pumping up Joe West. This is what baseball needs. Like, fuck you, you old fuck. Sit down.
What do you know what baseball needs? You're an has-been.
Yeah, you were has-been in the 90s. Get the fuck
So
out.
we're aligned on our ALCS matchup, the Rays versus the Astros. And who are we saying takes that?
Saying Rays, Giants.
Rays, Giants in the World Series?
That would be the pinnacle of like two squads that have like real zero superstars.
Yeah.
It's all.
I'll tell you who
all stats.
Manford would not like that.
Oh
matchup.
God, he would vomit. Like no, Los Angeles, Boston, or New York. Fuck.
Yeah, or I think they would probably want L.A., Houston, maybe. But then I have
like a fucking venge match or something.
Yeah,
like that.
something like that. And then we know the Giants probably take it in 4 in the World Series.
Yeah. Oh, sweet for sure.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. I'm going to try to make it to a playoff game if I can. It's just tough during the week. During the weekend.
I was like looking. I was like, oh, I mean, I really want to. It was like $130 for standing room only.
Oh yeah, to sit down. You're looking at $2 bills.
And I was thinking about it. I was like, I couldn't like go without like bringing one of the kids at least.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way I could get away with standing room only with the kids. They would.
Oh god.
I mean, I could do it because I would have a couple pops. Get a good buzz going. I could stand and run up and down the things all night. But with the kids, I don't know.
And then
not be going for it unless I like jammed them with like the cotton candy and inning.
You just have to, yeah. You would
might
have
as well
to
just pay the $2 bills and sit your ass down.
Exactly. They're gonna be fucking twitching and shit all night. The thing that's tough on kids is the 9-inning part.
Yeah.
That's just a long time.
They're sitting down. You put like treats in front of them. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
But like if we're standing and it's like for the game,
My legs hurt. Can I?
For the love of the game, ain't there yet.
No, it's not there yet. They don't appreciate that kind of stuff. But yeah. So, okay, baseball. We're entering this interesting time where we have baseball playoffs and we have the NFL going.
I already told my wife, I said, this is the best time of the sports year.
Yeah.
Football going on. Cern's Rams, Chip Seahawks playing tomorrow at the time of recording.
Yes. I totally knew that. I do know the Seahawks beat the Niners. Joe and Dana are kind of a little bit quiet on that one.
The Rams got spanked too, so that's okay.
Well,
it's all right. We're working on them all. But so you got the NFL, you got the baseball playoffs.
The NBA will probably start up here in the next.
I don't love the NBA.
I don't care about.
It's not really
hockey.
No! I hate that. I can't do hockey ever.
It's a little bit tough to pick up on because unless you kind of get like the rule or offsides and kind of these type of rules.
I mean, I kind of get it. It's just I just can't.
It's tough. I had to literally sit next to a Canadian and he'd like explain it to me during the game. Yeah, I had like the best teacher that you could get, essentially.
And I get it. I don't love it. but and I won't watch it. But it's also the same thing where it's like I won't strong arm somebody into loving baseball. We're like, I hate baseball. It's like I get it. It's slow. If you actually played and grew up and like understood what's going on, then you would like it. But I'm not going to sit there and be like, what?
Yes.
Come on. It's America's game. Like apple pie. They said people start doing that shit. It's like, I get it.
I mean, yeah, I could give you 50 reasons why you wouldn't like baseball.
Joe West.
Joe West.
Hernandez.
Angel
1-2.
the Yankees, the Dodgers. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah.
Man. We chatted about this briefly via text about how now that my daughter's 6 and she has school and I hear the things coming back home.
Oh, yeah.
And I was at the park and she goes, Dad, so-and-so's mom has a lot of money. So much money. I'm like, okay. And then it's all different. Yeah. So.
The secrets.
Or just
there's
stuff that's,
So I've experienced this firsthand. So, and this is pre-COVID. We always have to establish this now. It's like a marker and hit time.
Yes.
Pre-COVID, I was able to eat lunch with Jeffrey on one of his birthdays. I took the day off, brought him some lunch, like McDonald's or whatever the fuck he's eating.
Cool.
And
it's a nice thing.
In and out, something like whatever it was. And so got to eat with him. So you sit with all of the kids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, the kids are like, how old are you? And I think at the time I was like 31. 32, whatever it was. Yeah. And they're like, my mom's 40. She's old. My mom's 45. I don't live with my mom. I live with my grandma.
All the
laundry just starts
getting aired.
What's your favorite sports team? It's the Rams. Well, I like the Niners. My parents don't like football because of all the kneeling. You start getting that shit.
Oh,
I'm like, okay, yeah, okay. What's your name? Okay,
yeah. Don't hang
so
out.
You get all sorts of crazy shit. So then my wife, she works at the school.
Oh man,
you love this one.
She's on the ground.
This is one of my best. This is one of my favorite stories. This kid raises his hand. He's like, and my wife's like, "What's going on?" She's like, "I'm hungry." She's like, "Where's your lunch?" And they have free lunch and stuff. And like, my mom didn't pack me lunch. She's like, "That's okay. We'll just go get you lunch from the cafeteria." He's like, "Do you want to know why my mom didn't pack me lunch?" She's like, "Why?" Because she had the poops this morning, and she couldn't pack me lunch because she was on the toilet. I was like, oh my God. Outed. You're fucking outed.
My mom had such bad shits. She literally was glued to the toilet. She couldn't get
lunch. Up. I was like, oh my. Oh,
how'd
she get you to school? That's what I want to know.
Call an Uber, maybe. Call an Uber for the kid. Drop him off.
Like you get,
I'm worried.
Wild shit. Like I was like worried. I was like, oh my God, I've said some. I'm like going through my mind. Like, there's said,
yeah.
And like I know, like Jeffrey's like, oh, Dad and his friends when they get together, they drink a lot of beers, like probably 100 beers. It's like, oh,
yeah,
100.
Yes,
Come on,
100, yes. And I've noticed that kids really lock on to like one thing, and that becomes the baseline.
Yeah.
So it's
that's the talking point.
Yeah. If one time you made pancakes for dinner, it's like, let's have pancake. I mean, we ate pancakes for dinner yesterday is what she's saying 3 months from now.
Yeah. Every day
becomes a thing.
We have pancakes for dinner all the time.
So it does make it hard to really gauge when you hear some stories or, because you want your kid to have a good time at school. And if someone's being mean to them, you kind of want to try to stop it or understand it.
What's going on? Fuck that kid.
But then when the story kind of gets starting to be unpacked, it starts changing a couple times and you're like, well, did this happen today? Or, there's a lot of sleuthing has to happen in order for,
and it doesn't.
Yeah.
Charlie's 5, right?
She'll be 6 in 2 weeks.
Yeah, pretty close. Jeffrey's 9, and there's still a lot of like, when did this happen? I'm not sure. And then in my mind, I'm like, how the fuck are you not sure? I mean, it's a fuck. This happened like either today or yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's like, I mean, I've done that. Like, what I had for dinner yesterday? It's not like a mundane thing. It was like something like an eventful thing. It's like, when does this happen? I'm not sure. I'm like, how are you not? What the fuck are we doing? What?
I mean, I'm half unsure most of the day, I would say, but about varying
work,
topics.
Yes,
yeah,
you're talking about work stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Did you get to that? Not sure. Let me.
Were you polite to that person? 50-50, yes or possibly no.
Well,
I'm not really sure. How'd they take it?
Cerny, we are just 9 days out until October 15th, which would mark, if the Chipmunks and Cerny sleds are following along closely to the latest episodes of Chip and Cern Show. Cerny finally has pulled himself a clean slate with the HOA, but I did get a notice saying no holiday decorations until 15 days before. So word on the street is that Cerny had his decorations up October 1st.
Possibly September 28th.
Oh, nice. September. I like it.
Cern was off and decided, let's do this.
Now, if you want to hear Cern's great tale of how he tracked down this elusive baller Halloween decoration, that's last episode.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to that one.
That's last time. So the decorations are up and they are in full throttle.
Now, I would expect your mailbox to be littered with notifications and tickets from the HOA. Is this what's been happening?
Nothing yet. So I was wondering. So I already made a proclamation after I said I'm taking over the TV for baseball playoffs.
It was a double proclamation.
Double block.
Wow.
So I got on my soapbox and like Abe Lincoln giving the Gettysburg Address. And then, so I said that. And then I said, and if I get a letter from the HOA, I will be blowing it up and I'll be putting it on a sign in my front yard. But yeah, I've yet to get one. Now, when everything is up and running, I got kids from all over the neighborhood want to come up and see it. I was out front, and these kids came up. I was like, "Can I touch the big tree? I have a big blow up, scary tree."
Oh yeah, nice.
I said, "You knock yourself out. Touch whatever you want to touch."
And that's part of the fun, because we do that too. Like on the way home from school, we'll go on the way where we know there's a couple houses who are decorated already. It's just a fun communal thing, and isn't what they're trying to do is foster community. Yeah,
so there's a lot of that, and there's a lot of like. So I'll be out front, and it'll be like 3:30, and like kids will be like, I see a lot of little kids like looking at this stuff, and I was like, oh, so it's all hooked up to Alexa, so I turn on decorations.
Okay, yeah.
So I turn them on for them, and like, oh, and they get to run around through the yard. So
nice.
I let them do whatever they want. So I thought, okay, perfect. If I get a letter from the HOA, I'm going to say, sorry, I can't bring cheer to the neighborhood and I'll circle it. But I noticed this last weekend, 1, 2, 3, about 6 houses on the same street said, fuck it, we're putting it up too. They all put up decorations too.
Okay. I like this. So you're gaining steam. Your movement is gaining steam.
In fact, it started spreading so we have like a side street or whatever from the main road.
Yeah.
And it started spreading out to the main road because there's like, this house has it. This house has it. I was like, perfect. Here we go.
Do you think the HOA person is like that when they're driving to work and they see scarecrows in the front yard and goblins around, does it make their blood boil, do you think? I sent a letter.
Originally, I thought, and then she's going to be like, there's so many people.
You can't do it.
It would be hard because then I would push for the movement. So I looked
overthrow.
It up. So if you get 80% of the people in your community that signs a petition saying to get rid of or disband the HOA, then they could be disbanded from that moment in time. So I'm trying to see if we
this
can
might
go
be
down
your
that path.
this might be your best bet if you're trying to make this happen.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's a
holidays.
thing with the HOA. I feel like if this one individual moves out, I don't think it's gonna. Do you think that'll?
I never had a problem with the original HOA.
Okay.
I mean, I got a couple things here and there, and there was a couple things I was like, yeah. I mean, I kind of expected it. I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I left like a fucking bench out in the driveway.
Yeah.
And I was like, I should bring it in. And I was like, fuck it.
And then a day or two goes by. Yeah.
And then it was like a week later, and then a week and a half later, I was like, oh, I should probably bring this in. And I got the letter like, hey, put your bench in. I'm like, all right, I get it. I'm not gonna mad about that.
And that seems reasonable.
Yeah, that's not reasonable. I had a fucking park bench in the middle of my driveway. I get it.
But if you could get something going about, you need a catalyst event, and trying to stifle the cheer and excitement of the holiday season for the neighborhood,
especially after a rough couple years. Come on.
That's tough. I think it's time for them to loosen the reins a little bit.
Now, I don't think they're gonna. They're not gonna fall into that trap. I think if they take a survey of the neighborhood, they see there's several houses like decorated. I don't.
What are you gonna do? Hey, by the time they send the letter out, it takes a couple days, and then they're like, "Oh, okay," and you just. I mean, basically,
they have to give you so many days to correct it. It will be within the 15 days.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a power trip.
I don't think so. Yeah, if they did it, that would be the sole trip. I don't think they're that foolish.
It doesn't seem like a battle worth fighting, in my opinion.
Now, if it was, we're coming up on Thanksgiving, and I have the ghouls and goblins out. I'll get it.
You'll probably get something.
I wonder how they'll have caused.
Yeah.
Caused send me a letter saying, get the fucking pack it up.
But then you just go out and you put a Santa hat on one thing. You'd be like, it's Christmas stuff. Have you ever seen Nightmare Before Christmas?
It's the Grinch.
The Grinch. I did see a photo with the giant skeleton. And I really only saw like the legs and the pelvis because there was people standing in front of it. And so this thing is towering.
12 feet
tall.
I had to try to position it under some open airspace between two trees.
Wow.
There is one that I showed.
Is there even a bigger one?
It looks the same, but it has like a pumpkin head. He's pretty cool. But so those things. So that skeleton, we bought last year for $299. They don't sell them anymore.
That's not cheap.
People are slinging them for like $1,000 now.
Oh shit!
And I was like, so now I'm like, so I have the Ring alarm. So I have the doorbell, and I have like a garage camera too.
Okay, yeah.
I like positioned it towards the.
Yeah,
thing.
someone's gonna fucking boost that thing, dude.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Any movement, I'm like, wake up in the middle of the night. It's like 1 o'clock. It's usually like a car drive by.
My skeleton.
Like, someone's stealing it.
There's my skeleton there. There's my skeleton there. Yes, well, we got the Halloween costumes locked and loaded.
Ooh,
so I'm happy with that. As I don't know if you could see on Zoom, I've started my beard for my Big Lebowski costume.
So I see it. What's Charlie gonna be?
She's gonna be JoJo Siwa.
Okay,
who's doing particularly well on Dancing with the Stars this season. I guess she's on it.
What's Sonny?
Sonny, he's gonna be Paw Patrol, and so we laid out all the Paw Patrol, and we're like, you're going to dress up as one of these. Which one do you want? And he pointed to the Rocky, who's the recycling one. So I fire up Amazon. For Paw Patrol, they don't do a full run of every character. They did, there's like the police one and the firefighter one, and then there's the girl, Sky, the pink one. And so they only go with those. So they'd had like 1 or 2 brands make the Rocky one. So, of course, it's fucking sold out. And I'm like, we should have checked before we ask. So then I had live inventory up, and which one do you want now? And then he picked the police one. So, Chase. The missus, I'm not sure what she's going to do. I said, whatever it is, make sure it's slutty.
Yes, please.
Please. Make sure it's extra naughty.
Little Clave, little, so Jeffrey's he's Venom. Now, we took him and we saw Venom
how
2
did the movie go?
It was entertaining. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was, if you're looking for like a real deep thinker, then don't watch it. But
it's a Spider-Man movie.
Now, Jeffrey was loving it.
Okay.
He was loving it.
Wait, is this Venom or the Carnage movie?
Carnage. Venom 2, Carnage. There will be Carnage.
Woody Harrelson, right? Okay.
He's Carnage. And it was fun. It's like, this and that.
And is it Tom Hardy still?
Yep. Tom Hardy's still Venom.
It's a great cast.
Yeah. So it was fun. It was a fun movie. Jeffrey was loving it. At least it didn't have so I took Jeffrey to see the first time it came out, Venom. Mm-hmm. He was 6.
Ooh. I think I remember you telling me this, and I'm like, that seems kind of, I don't know. I've never had a 6-year-old, but I'm like, that seems a little young.
And I was like, ooh, okay. But he was dead set. So I was like, fuck it, we'll go.
Yeah.
So, it was fine, except for like, I remember like, the one part I remember was like, there's a part in the movie where it's like, jump out the window, we'll save you. Venom was talking to Eddie Brock. He's like, I can't, because he's afraid of heights, so he can't do it. So it's like smash cut. He's like, pussy. Yeah, that's what he calls him.
Yeah.
Everyone in the movie theater's laughing. I think it's real quiet.
Uh-oh.
And Jeffrey's like, Dada, what's pussy mean? I was like,
Yep. Do that.
I'll tell you later.
That's for the car ride home.
He forgets, but it was like, one of those. But it was like, why couldn't you ask me that when everyone was roaring with laughter? What the fuck? How can you wait for the records crash? God damn.
Dad, now that we're in the privacy of the car ride home, I have a few questions about some of the adult content I was saying. I took some notes on some questionable decisions.
Buck slip.
Yeah, buck slip. I think the following things that I just saw, Mom would not be happy about, so I'm going to keep them under a hat, but I'm going to need 2 Oreos.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
You'll find out when they get older. They just announce shit, dime you out all the time.
Oh my gosh!
I thought we were fucking bros. What's going on?
Thought we were friends.
Thought we were friends. We were playing Call of Duty, and you just told Mom we got our asses kicked. God damn it! Now she's pissed, and we can't play no more.
Cannot believe it. But the Venom movie was good, entertaining.
Yeah, it was good.
How do you? I hate to do this to the Chipmunks and Cerny sluts, but what do you think it got on Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh no! It's got to be in the low 50s. I'm gonna think 52. I'm gonna say.
Really, 52, huh?
That's what I'm gonna say.
Let's see.
There's no way the critics could love a movie like that.
Oof. Okay, hold on. Is this the critics or the what? Oh, we'll do both scores. Okay. I will say it is rotten.
Okay. 48, 45, 35, something like that.
Hold on. My internet is fucking struggling. Tomato meter, 30%.
Oh.
Audience score, 81.
It's one of those, like, if you kind of like understand what you're going into, then you're fine. They have a whole like couples counseling kind of a thing going on. It's like,
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's kind of silly, but it's like, all right, I get it. It's fine.
Yeah, again, it's like a Spider-Man.
It's a guy that has the alien symbiote thing in his body and it controls him. Come on, what the fuck do you want?
And he's talking to himself, or he's talking to the thing, and it's
silly humor and stuff like that. And Woody Harrelson does a good job. Yeah,
Rosebud. That fucking movie.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make my kids watch that one. That'll be something
Rosebud?
that doesn't get passed on.
Or Citizen
Kane, yeah.
No. Can't do it.
Can't do it. Well, Cerny, we don't have any score updates to give the fans.
Still 1-1, top of the 8th.
1-1, top of the 8th. I'm surprised that this podcast only lasted an inning. Must have been a hell of an inning.
A lot of
I want
to say a lot of 3-2 counts.
A lot of 3-2 counts. A lot
counts.
Of mound visits. A lot of Joe West. Who knows what the fuck he doesn't even know where he is, probably.
No, there's no way.
He probably...
He's one of those guys who's going to retire next year and in like a year and a half, like die of a heart attack,
Yeah. eating a fucking medium rare steak.
Yeah, a hoagie or something.
Choke on a fucking hoagie. He's one of those guys like you picture when in his car, in his truck, he has like a blanket to put over his lap. Like that's how old I think he is. He's like a fucking old ass grand person. He shouldn't be calling balls and strikes.
A blanket.
You know. Got a little blanket for his lap. He gets some.
Oh, I know. Like the little Afghan blankets, like the knitted blankets.
Yeah. Fucking Joe West. Good riddance. Hit the old dusty trail, you old fart. Hopefully he has his vaccine, though, because he's high risk.
Mm-hmm. I doubt it, but...
Yeah. Well, we got the boosters coming up. We keep washing our hands, our dicks, and our pussies, and all that good stuff. Because
that's the mandate. Right
that's
there.
the mandate. Wash your dick. I also think people are just, gross in general. More hand washing in general, I think, is probably...
Yeah, that would be... Seems to make sense.
You know when you go into the bathroom and you just see stuff and you're like, okay, this person didn't wash their hands, or they just waved them under the sink. Like the water hitting your hand is going to just... All the germs are going to run away from it. And
I always want... So I don't know about you, but this is a side note. I always wanted... I wish I had like that weird like germ vision that you see on commercials when you go to the bathroom.
That would be... Oh.
I wish I could see how many germs are actually like just like laying around.
Ooh. That would be like a black light in the Target bathroom would be...
Oh man. What's on the ceiling? I'd point to the ceiling first. I would just have to know.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Yeah, that would be no go. I don't think you would be using public restrooms if you had that vision. That would be quite the curse.
That would be. I would hope to be able to turn it on and off.
Yes.
Have it on all the time.
Yes. That and the vision to, when you were a teenage boy of like, oh, I wish I could just put on glasses to see through clothes.
I used to think that all the time. Like, I wish if I could at least invent that. I think when you're a teenage boy, you would think
God.
I wouldn't even try to sell it, probably keep for myself.
It's too much power to
looking
have
back,
widespread of it. Yeah. And that's why when you're in your 14, a little bit of the thong hanging out of the back of the jeans is just such, honestly, it's a crippling sight to your brain. Like your brain seizes up as a young.
Yeah. And it's like your eyes, it's just like it consumes you.
Oh, you're like, oh my God, if the whale tail, it's out. And the teacher's calling on you during math, and you're like, I don't know, fucking, Susie Q is leaning forward and her fucking tea bag is hanging out.
Why'd you get a D on the test? I couldn't even tell you.
Hummina.
Did you learn this? No, never. I never saw it once, ever.
God, just rattle. You can't shake it out of your head. But yes. Well, that's it for today. Till next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.